What's up, peeps? Felt like I really needed to do this video to kind of clear up a video I did earlier. Um, and that's why I named it what I did, Why the Hate. I want to be really clear about something that I don't think I was very clear about in my initial little live stream that I did, my little rant. The issue with why I was so mad is because there really isn't any hate. I absolutely love this knife. I love the design. I love the ergos. Even the things I've heard people complain about, the pokey flipper tab, none of it bothers me. I actually like the grind on this one. Of course, this is a skinny, but I love this knife. I love this knife design, and I want to love the maker. Um, the reason why I was so passionate about it in my last my little rant was because this thing is so close to being perfect, in my opinion. Now, there are people out there who are never going to like a Hinderer. They're never going to own one. I get it. But I'm one of those people that really wanted one, and I really want to love it. And I do. I still love this knife. I just feel like he was so close to being perfect and being able to be better than so many other makers. And the reason I say that is because you can't convince me that Rick is so self-consumed that he doesn't pay attention to the knife community, to trends and things that are going on. If that were the case, he would have never heard of MAGNACUT. He wouldn't have cared. He wouldn't have switched to MAGNACUT. Guys, when you look at how many companies out there switch to MAGNACUT in its early stages, and we're almost like uh, crash test dummies for it. In all honesty, they and they ran it soft. We were all upset at Hogue when they released their MAGNACUT, and what happened? They fixed it. We were all upset at ProTech. This is not a MAGNACUT model, but ProTech's a big name in the knife industry. They released their MAGNACUT early. It was soft. Nobody liked it. They fixed it. As many as you people out there that hate Greg Medford, he released his MAGNACUT soft, and all because he couldn't harden it to where you guys wanted it and still be able to do the coating that he prefers. And after enough outrage, which honestly lasted about a week, he realized maybe the coating isn't as important as the heat treat in these guys' eyes. So he fixed it. Nearly every company that has dabbled in MAGNACUT started out low and fixed it. The reason why I used American Blade Works as an example is because Michael Martin never heat treated MAGNACUT. He was smart enough to reach out to Peters, and after Peters had already tested and experimented with it and realized that it does great at 63 to 64 HRC, he just decided to let them heat treat his MAGNACUT and skip those steps of releasing a bunch of knives that were too soft and people weren't going to be happy with. That's why I brought this guy up as an example, because there was never any soft MAGNACUT from him. There may have been some subpar 20 CV, because nearly all 20 CV out there is subpar, except for Spyderco's, it seems. So yeah, it's not that I hate Hinderer, and it's not that I'm trying to get you guys to hate Hinderer. A lot of people jumped on board with that in my comments, and I get it. I was just really hoping that if enough people reached out to Rick or raised enough of a stink about it, he would realize, okay, let's give them what they want. Let's up the HRC. Even if he had came back and said, no warranty on the blade. If you break it, it's yours. We would have still bought it. We wouldn't care. And it just makes no sense to me that he went the route that he did, especially after, this stink about his 20 CV and his M390, and guys, a lot of people think that Brian Kim set out to sabotage Hinderer with his video, but the truth is Brian was very interested in this knife. Brian liked the looks of it. He liked the design of it. He liked the build. He was hoping that the steel would be better. Now, should we expect any maker's steel to be on par with transparent knives steel? No, because transparent knives makes blades for a particular niche in our community. And I don't expect Hinder. I don't expect Medford. I don't expect Chris Reeve. That's another fine example, by the way. Chris Reeve runs their MAGNACUT at high HRC. Haven't heard any issues with blades snapping, any of that stuff. Hats off to Tim for deciding to do that right out of the gate. But anyway, like I said, but when you start talking about 65 HRC MAGNACUT and things like that, some of the stuff that Brian's done, no, I don't expect that out of production knife manufacturers. 63 to 64, absolutely I do. And the reason I expect it is because so many companies have already done it. They've already made the mistakes and they've gone back and fixed it. When ProTech decided to go with MAGNACUT, I talked to Dave from ProTech. He told me that they worked side by side with Larry and Thomas to nail a heat treat that was going to give their customers the most bang for their buck that a production company could still put out. And so now your ProTech MAGNACUT's coming in around 63. You may get some into 62s. I'm still okay with that. Guys, my ProTech is CPMD2. A lot of you hate that. I own this knife, and my ideal use for this knife is that I never have to use it. This is a self-defense knife to me. I don't care how long it holds an edge. So that doesn't really even matter. But what does matter is when I go to buy an EDC knife, something I plan to carry every day and do cut tasks with, I want a higher HRC. I understand if you don't and you don't care, all that's fine. I'm not trying to insult any of my viewers, anybody that watches the video. I only wanted to make this video to clarify I don't hate Hinderer knives. I love Hinderer knives. I would love Hinderer knives even more if they gave me a better heat treat. Not only would I love them more, I would be able to argue that Hinderer knives has earned its space in the Holy Trinity, in my opinion. I feel like they could be one of the best U.S. made knife companies out there. If they would only, they don't even have to excel, guys. They don't even have to be better than. They can simply try to match what Chris Reeve Knives has done. They can only try to match. As hard as this is for me to say, if Rick could only match what Medford is doing, we would all be getting a better product. So that's my clarification on my rant video. I'm sorry if I didn't put my thoughts to words well in that first video and I came across a little too aggressive. No, I'm not. I'm not taking back what I said. I still firmly believe everything that I said. I still would love to see him do better. And if Hinderer can drop a knife in 62 to 63 HRC MAGNACUT, Lord forbid he even goes high as 64, I would buy one. Absolutely. I'd buy it brand new. I'd hand him the money myself at Blade Show, whatever it takes. I want to own that. I just don't think he's ever going to do it. So, yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. You guys know I appreciate any amount of time y'all spend with me. Peace. Love y'all.